Hello from Sweden and welcome back to another pick a card reading. In today's reading we're gonna look at what is your spiritual path. And to do this reading I have prepared 3 different piles with cards that will be 3 separate readings. As always, you just choose the pile that you naturally feel the most drawn to and that will be your reading today. We will also take one additional card together. And hopefully that will help you to find that right reading for you today. Okay. What is your spiritual path? No? What is your spiritual path? Oh yeah. Okay. Pile 1. Shark. Pile 2, Earthworm. And pile 3, Deer. Okay guys, that is the options for today's reading. Whoops, let's look at that. Yeah. If you need more time, you can pause the video. Otherwise, you will find the timestamps shared in the commentary section. Okay, I'll see you in your separate readings. Hello, Pile 1, and welcome to your reading. What is your spiritual path? And you felt drawn to the shark here, and I just heard how brave you are. And I think on your spiritual path, you are becoming more brave and courageous, realizing your inner strength because of the challenges that is put on your spiritual path. I think, Pile 1, that your awakening have been one of those really tough stories, and you had to navigate yourself maybe through some real darkness inside of yourself and outside of yourself. We have the water element here, you know, with the shark. So emotional healing, I think deep emotional healing has been on your spiritual path, and probably a lot of karma and situation that was tricky, really tricky for you, I think, and that really, I think, could have really scared you or shaken you up in some way. And it's all there for you to realize your inner strength and finding courage and also transforming that karma for you. Okay, let's put your tarot cards to the side and let's dive into the rest of your oracle cards. Funny, I said dive because we have the shark here. It's a lot about healing, emotional healing for you. Yeah, emotional healing. There's been a lot going on with your emotions. Maybe you're also very sensitive, you know, Pile 1, and you had to become stronger. You had to realize that behind that sensitivity, there was a lot of inner strength inside of you. Your spiritual path is showing you this, your inner strength to overcome maybe the most tricky awakening situations, maybe the most tricky spiritual path actually, where you have to pull yourself through. I mean, the water with sharks, maybe a water. I think the sharks somehow symbolizes yourself, but I also think it symbolizes kind of the difficulties that you needed to go through. So maybe you were raised in a tank of sharks. I see a lot of sharks, and I feel this sharp sharks and sharp energy. So yeah, let's look here. You have flow, more water. Flow. Releasing yourself. The shark energy here has been holding you back in your life, you know. The emotions has not been flowing. And really, your spiritual path is all about releasing yourself from emotional trauma, emotional wounds, people hurting you, situations hurting you, you being sensitive, and finding your inner strength, healing that, and coming into a flow with life. We have a moon here, you know, moon is also all about emotions, the subconscious. And water is also, you know, symbolizes something that's beneath the water, you know, the shark that swims in the dark muddy waters. I don't know if they do that, but that's what I heard. Dark muddy waters, you know, very silent. It's a bit it's you have a lot of I think it's like layers through your spiritual path. Like the first layer is you awakening, and no, the first thing is you going through the trauma and the karmas and the hardships, you know, in the beginning of your life. And then there's a point where you really awaken, and that's when your spiritual path really begins this lifetime. And then you start to work through all the emotions and all the layers and all the karma. Really finding that inner strength of yours, taking back your power, releasing a lot of blockages and stagnations emotionally in your body, creating more flow. But there's another part where you're diving deep into your own mysticism, the own mystics of your own self. You have a very interesting spiritual path, actually. There's so many layers to it. Finding out who you are at a spiritual level, and who you are at a spiritual level, that kind of, you are the shark. That's very interesting. It's like first you are fighting off the shark energy, but then you kind of find that strength in yourself. But kind of I really been realizing this, or my friend made me realize this the other day, that everything has a light, a side that is light, and a shadow aspect. So if we see the shark from a shadow aspect, but we can also see this shark from a kind of a light aspect. And it feels like when you go deeper, you're finding that light aspect of the shark inside of yourself, being able to dive really deep into places of the subconscious mind, into spiritual truths where many people don't have the courage to go to. So you have a lot of depth inside of yourself, pile number one, and you're finding that by taking back your power and healing. It's like you you have so much to discover about yourself, a lot of things to discover about yourself. I really see you like diving deep, you know, in the dark muddy waters, and you're confident and you're strong and you're courageous. And I mean, you're the shark. I don't think the shark has any natural predators or any natural enemies. Like nobody can kill the shark except the man maybe, but I don't think we're so interested maybe in hunting sharks, or maybe we are. Some places maybe they eat sharks. I don't know actually, but you're pretty safe. Like nobody's gonna come near you when you are in your shark energy, when you have regained your power. And then you're accessing, your soul has access to a lot of hidden information. And I mean it, you really can go into places where nobody else can go. And pile number one, it wouldn't surprise me if you are meant to be a healer or some kind of a guide, spiritual teacher or a guide, where if you're doing healing, you can go deep into the energy body of your clients and really release energies deep within them. That's how it feels like. You have a lot of power and abilities, and that's, like I said, it's a whole journey for you. You know, maybe if you are in the first layer where you are like, or where you just woke up, there is just karma and intense emotions, and you know, all these things that you have to work through. But layer after layer, or you're walking on the spiritual path, healing it. You know, you walk from your human you, the conditioned mind, everything that happened to you, it's at one end, and then you're walking the spiritual path, and at the other end, it's the totally opposite. I mean, from where you start to where you are supposed to end this life, it's like totally opposite. I think pile number one, you have such an amazing adventure. Your spiritual path is such an amazing adventure this lifetime. It is like a journey. You could write a book, and at the end, maybe you could write a book, you know, anywhere on the path. Because I think there's a lot of things happening to you. Because of this feels like this is your purpose this life. To walk the spiritual path is your purpose. And this shark energy that you had maybe in your childhood, you decided to face that. Because because you were ready to face that darkness or face those challenges and overcome them, because it's a part of this. it's kind of the other side of the coin. It's kind of the shadow aspect of your strength. Do you understand how I mean here? So like facing the darkness, karma that you have also pushes you into the light aspect of the same thing. So you're taking back your power and kind of awakening yourself in those deep levels. And you're awakening yourself on those deep levels this lifetime, because you are meant to serve as some kind of a guide, healer, somebody that is doing something, using your gifts and abilities to help other people in some way. Sharing maybe information, because you really have some information that you can get that not many people can access. And probably that is why you choose to go into such a dark karma in past lives. You wanted to explore the darkness of Earth. I mean, you are a shark spirit here. And you have strength. I mean, if your soul is carrying that shark energy, so you know, on a soul level, we don't see dark things on Earth like scary. You're like, ooh, murder, let's explore that. Ooh, envy, power and money and greed. Ooh, I want to explore all of that to evolve as a soul. So you did all those things. You were a murderer, you probably sexually abused, and then you got it all back, and you were really doing all these things too, because this is and I know for some of you it could really sound horrible. Why would we choose that? Not as a human. Who would choose that as a human? I mean, it's awful. But at a soul level, you know, there is no pain. There is nothing. We don't have an ego. We don't have a pain body. There's always the souls want to evolution, and I think your soul loves to learn. It wants to learn. You are a real adventurer on soul level. I mean, you have been, I think also on a soul level, you have been to all the galaxies and the planets. It's like when somebody comes and say, hey, who wants to go to that planet to do this or that, you are the first one in line and saying, yeah, I want to go. You don't even know what you're supposed to do that or how horrible that planet is. You are always first in line. Yeah, I want to go. Let's try it. It's fun. Like red pill, blue pill. You're going to take all the pills just because of the exploration of it, because your soul is eager to evolve, eager to expand. And that means also that you have a very big soul that has been through so many lessons and wisdoms and learnings, and you have so many gifts and abilities, and you've been through every dark corner of the universe and several universes. So yeah, you're very strong. You are very strong. And with that said, yeah, that's why you also carry a lot of karma from your lives here on Earth, because you wanted to explore it. You wanted to lose yourself, to find yourself. You know, losing yourself and then finding yourself. Yeah, then the lesson is learned. Okay, greed, check. I learned that. Okay, envy, yeah, check. Jealousy, yeah, check. Okay, abuse, yeah. So you learn all the things, all the good and all the bad. And it's all coming together now. And you're using all this wisdom inside of you now. You have so much wisdom. So you're kind of closing that last dark karma of yours, and you choose to do it all. So it's just came up like a big thing in this life that you're facing, and you're using all your wisdom now, and on your path you're going to be a very, very, very force to be reckoned with. Yeah, with a lot of strong abilities that really, really is going to help people heal, guide, share spiritual truths, whatever resonates with your soul. Yeah. That was 2 cards just. So let's continue. Family. Oh yeah. Wow. Oh, this gives me 2. Actually, this feels like your soul family also. Your spiritual path. But it also feels like the first thing is, like I said, I think you have family karma. A lot of things happen to you during the first part of your life. You know, most of our karma is with our family, and generational karma, you know, the karma of the ancestral line, you know, we have it in our DNA and our blood, and the collective karma where you were born, the country you were born in. So you're carrying a lot. You decided to do a lot, I think, this life, because you're the shark. We never take on something that we cannot handle. So your soul knew you could handle this. The guides knew you could handle this. That is why you choose to do this way, this lifetime. And family, a lot of family karma, it feels like here. But this is also you meeting on your spiritual path. You're meant to meet your kind of it feels like your real family or your second family, but your spiritual family, definitely your spiritual family. Yeah, definitely your spiritual family. But for some of you, this also feels like your home, like where you came from the beginning. And if you look at this card, it's so pink. It is so soft and nice. And this looks like light beings, light beings. So this is definitely somewhere else. And it feels like you having a shark strong spirit doesn't mean that you're not soft. You have so much love in your energy, you know, love and wisdom and laughter. And I think a part of you is realizing part of your spiritual journey is really realizing the beauty you have inside of yourself and the softness and the love that you have. Being a badass, strong, shadow hunter, light worker, or soul, if you don't like calling yourself light worker, whatever, spiritual guide, but at the same time being very, very connected with the light, very, very high vibrational, very loving, have a very big heart, being very loyal, being very kind. You know, you have this all, and I really feel dragon. I just got dragon energy here. You know, dragons, we find dragons in all different realms and dimensions. So they have all different vibrations and frequency, just as souls, depending on where we are. So, but yeah, I just felt like very high dragon spirit energy. So you feel some connection here with the dragons, or you had connection with the dragons, because you really have a lot of strength, a lot of ancient strength. So I think you are a very, very old galactic soul. You've been in the game for a long time. You're not a new soul. You're a very old soul that has. And I mean, the shark also feels like a bit of a ancient old animal. Yeah. Okay, let's look at the rest here. You have keep going. Wow. Here you are walking on your spiritual path. You even took your shoes off here. And you look kind of calm. You look kind of calm here. We have a number 24 there, so maybe that is significant. Keep going. I think you're on your way home. I feel like they want to tell you this. The family here is waiting for you. Your higher spiritual family on this planet here, where you came from as a starseed, they are waiting for you. So they're telling you, keep going. You're almost home, you know. You feel pretty relaxed here. So really the end of your spiritual path this lifetime is going to be very relaxed, you know. You have a few things that you wanted to take with you from Earth. You have it here, you know. You took your high heels off and you're walking. So keep walking. You're going home this lifetime. It's the end of the Earth cycles. You learned everything that you needed to learn. You're learning the last lessons now, releasing this karma. You're finishing. You're doing your big mission this lifetime. You know, serving in some way, and closing all the loose ends. And it feels like good for you, Pile One. Vast vistas. Expand your horizons. Look at you again here, sitting on a box of some kind. Expand your horizon. This is what I said. You are such a curious soul, Pile Number One. Always wanting to expand your horizons, always want to evolve spiritually. You're gonna go home to this place. Actually, you're gonna stay there for a while, I felt, because you've been gone for many, many, many years, or thousands of light years, a million of light years. I don't even know how to count this. Time doesn't exist, you know. So yeah, you're going home. You are going home. Yeah, that's how it feels. And I feel sadness. I don't know. I feel like crying when I'm saying that. You're going home, and it feels like you're tired. I mean, it's been a long ass journey here on Earth. Wow, you have been through so much. I mean, you've been through the whole human evolution on Earth, the spiritual human evolution. You've been through so many things here on Earth. You've been everywhere, I mean. Like I said, you've been a backpacker, a spiritual backpacker. You know, oh, I want to incarnate in that country. Oh, I want to incarnate there. Oh, I want to do this. Oh, I want to do this. You're a very eager soul. Wouldn't surprise me if this is kind of your personality also this lifetime. Like very easygoing maybe, and very curious, and you know, you like adventures and things like that, especially when you release yourself from this fear that's holding you back. Because I think for some of you, you really face fear. And the part, depending on where you are here on your spiritual journey, like I said, it's different layers and this different phases here on the path here. So, but if you're on the kind of in the first stage there, then maybe you're just overwhelmed with fear, but you know, transforming that fear, this is kind of your real, the essence of you coming out, and the essence of you is easygoing, is happy, is not scared, has a lot of strength, a lot of courage, and a lot of wisdom. Okay, we're gonna do the tarot cards. Yeah, we have, wow, Judgment. Yeah, big spiritual awakening this lifetime. And I mean, the phoenix comes up a lot in my readings. It's, you know, from the Greek mythology. It is a mythological creature that actually has how do you say that? I've lost the word. Ever living, doesn't die, rebirths. Yeah, gets rebirthed. So, and that's you. Your soul is endless. Your soul is infinite. That's kind of the right word. You're an infinite soul, and you have burned so many times and rised up again. But it feels like kind of your last burn now. I don't know how to say that, but kind of your last rebirth. Actually, they're showing me there's gonna be a couple of rebirths this lifetime. They're showing me kind of 3 phases, right? Like, you know, the first rebirth is gonna be when you have your first spiritual awakening. And then it's gonna be two more major rebirths, something like maybe big ego deaths that is happening for you. I'm keep getting the number 3 here. So yeah, that is happening. Big rebirths, big awakening this lifetime. Shedding skin, rising up like the phoenix. And I think the phoenix is kind of a symbol that is very close to you. Maybe some of you has a phoenix tattoo. I don't know. I saw somebody having a phoenix tattooed. Yeah, it gives you strength, the symbol of phoenix. It's very connected to who you are. And you have 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles. It's a very steady journey, your spiritual journey. It can feel like it's upside down. Actually, yeah, because I think you're really... during your spiritual path here, there is a lot of intense emotions that you have to face. A lot of intense emotions, and you know, transforming that's going to be intense. So I think it's going to be a bit upside down for you. But 7 of Pentacles shows it's such a steady path. I mean, it is such a steady path. I mean, it's kind of, you're on that roller coaster. When the first awakening happens here, you are on that roller coaster, and you know, your soul is not letting you off until you come to your destination. The final destination is you awakening, fully awakening, maybe even getting enlightened, but fully awakening, finishing off all those things that you were supposed to finish off. And look at you, you know, this is going to be, because of this card is here in the end, you know, family, you're going home. So at the end, you're getting off that roller coaster, and that was a hell of a ride. It's going to be a hell of a ride, your life here, especially the beginning parts. But at the end, it's going to be more fun, more ease. You're not carrying so much. You're going to heal, you know, Pile 1. You're meant to fully heal. And then serve and do your thing. And then at the end, when you're done, you know, you're getting off that roller coaster, and you just take the little steps into the home. You're going home. You know, look at you, all happy. I love that you took your shoes off here. It really shows you being relaxed. And you know, look at your head here. You're enlightened. Your whole head is lit. So you're really going home. Yeah, it's such a beautiful journey that you are, and it can feel like a crazy roller coaster ride. And at times, maybe you don't even know where you're going or what you're doing, or if you're on the right path, or what the fuck is happening. That can really be how you're feeling at times, because I think you have to face a lot of things. Karmic relationships, karmic situation, deep fearful emotions maybe inside of yourself, or just being stuck or things like that. But it's a steady path here with the 7 of Pentacles. And look at the roots here. If this symbolizes your spiritual path, look at the roots here. I mean, it's growing. It's like, yeah, you're getting everything that you need here from the universe. You know, you're getting healing and light. So it's a steady path. It is a steady path here. You don't have anything to worry about. Even when you don't think you're going forward, you are going forward. A part of going forward is going a bit to the side and backwards and all around and being confused. That is kind of the spiritual path. The spiritual path is not a straight line, a straight direction, and you know everything that happens. It's a mess. I mean, it's a mess. That is the spiritual path. But the roller coaster here is stable as hell. It is stable as hell. You have 3 of Cups here. 3 of Cups. Yeah, that makes me think of you, like I said, connecting with your spiritual family here on Earth. That's going to be a very important part for you. Doing collaborations, doing missions together, maybe a retreat center, maybe sharing things, helping each other heal, friendship, love. Yeah, spiritual family in so many different ways here. But also you are meant to help people come together. You're kind of a bridge for... You're bridging dimensions even, I feel like. Bridging knowledge, being that bridge for knowledge or dimension, getting people together in some way, it feels here. We also have the Emperor. Yeah, you are the Emperor. You are holding the red, look at here, you're holding the red ribbon here. And a red ribbon always feels like destiny in some way. So you're creating, it's like you are making it happen for many people. You're doing something that is making things happen for a lot of people, helping a lot of people. And I love that he has a goat here, and I don't know what it's called in English, but showing that earthy energy here. You're very, very stable in this Emperor and the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, you're meant to serve. It's going to be hard work on your spiritual path. Pile number 1. Yeah, because this is the meaning. You don't have so much, you know. This is your main goal. I know. I don't think there's so much other things. I don't think you're meant to be... You know, some lifetimes it's like, yeah, you're going to start a career. You're going to be famous. You're going to do this. You're going to have kids. You're going to have a family. You're going to explore this. You have those things also. But that's kind of just... That is more like loose ends or just finishing off some things that you want to learn. But the big main thing in your life is the spiritual path. So there's going to be a lot of focus on your emotions and how you're feeling and awaken and getting in touch with yourself spiritually, realizing who you are as a spiritual level, connecting that with the human level, kind of becoming a spiritual person, like I said, helping other people, stepping into that spiritual role that you have, and connecting people, creating something. I mean, becoming kind of an emperor of some kind of a spiritual kingdom. Yeah, the spiritual kingdom. I don't know. It's. I don't feel. Yeah, spiritual kingdom. And the emperor is kind of on top, you know. Also, yeah, the emperor is on top. But you know, it's the father. It is, and we have a male here also on the 7 of Pentacles, and a male here and a male here. There's a lot of men here. So maybe, you know, on your spiritual path here, you're really healing that masculine, the divine masculine, maybe your relationship to your father. Something with the masculine energy here is healing for you. Maybe that was a lot of fear connected to the masculine. Maybe some masculine energy abused you, did something to you, or your relationship with your father. Or how you look at your own masculinity. So that is definitely healing. But kind of because that's one side of the emperor here. But I also feel like the emperor, like this good emperor, you know, soft, loving father with a big heart, leading, guiding people with a firm hand, but not a firm hand like in a... Just in a loving way. I want to say Santa Claus, but that sounds strange. You know Metatron, Archangel Metatron? I don't know if you know him. But I think I love it, Archangel Metatron. He has such a big energy. It's like a big, huge angel, actually. And his energy feels a lot like Santa Claus. He's always laughing. His energy feels like the energy I'm trying to talk now. Yeah, he's coming through here now. Maybe you have a connection to Archangel Metatron. yeah, he's helping you heal this. And I think also he has a connection to spiritual abilities, special spiritual abilities, awakening those. And I think he also oversees children, actually, if I don't remember this wrong. Yeah, it was a long time since I talked to you. Yeah, I hear that too. Yeah, it was. I love Metatron. He's always somewhere here around. But anyways, so you have definitely been very awakened since you were a child. You had a lot of spiritual abilities since you were a child. And I think maybe something happened when you were a child and made you shut off that spiritual abilities because you got scared because you're feeling so much and experiencing so much. But yeah, I don't know. It feels like Archangel Metatron comes in like the father figure that you never had, the masculine energy that you never had, or the teacher that you need, somehow helping you balance this inside of yourself, and you're kind of stepping into that same role, helping people kind of in the same way. So it feels like it's kind of hard, like Metatron and your energy blends and becomes one in some way. So he wants to really help you with this. It feels you have this energy very close to you, the Metatron, and it's a divine masculine energy, very, very, I mean, a divine masculine angel energy. It feels great. So this is definitely on your spiritual path. But you're gonna be a busy bee your whole life here on your spiritual path with the Eight of Pentacles here in the end, and the roller coaster. It's gonna be, like I said, the beginning is gonna be hard, the middle is gonna be intense. You're healing, but you're coming out on the other side fully healed. And then when you're stepping into your more awakened self, your ego is transformed, your pain body is gone. So you're gonna feel good, but you're still gonna be a lot to do because you're serving now. You're channeling, you're serving, you're doing your thing, you're doing your mission, whatever that is. But you're doing your thing, so you're gonna be a busy bee. And yeah, at the end of your life when you're leaving, and it feels like kind of, it's such a strange here, but it doesn't feel like you're dying when you're leaving. It feels like you this is so strange. Oh my god, please take this just the way you want. But it feels like you're getting picked up. There's a ship coming in to get you. I don't know why. Yeah, maybe that sounds strange, but it's kind of, you're not, or when you're ready to leave your human body, it's not gonna be like, you're not supposed to grow you're not gonna be very, very old and leave your body kind of in your sleep or something like that. You're definitely not gonna have a traumatic death. You're not gonna have a sudden death. You're gonna die when your soul is done and ready. There's a plan for you, and you're gonna be aware of when you're leaving Earth. I don't know how, but reaching a very high spiritual state, we can do that. We can leave our body. So it's gonna be the death part for you this life. Oh, I'm gonna cry. I think that felt strong here. Maybe you have had many deaths in your past lives where you died in fear. Maybe you were murdered and you died in fear. So this is gonna be your last thing here, leaving Earth in a triumph, I hear, because of taking back that last power of you. Yeah, because of many lifetimes you faced darkness and fears, and you were killed, and you died maybe in sickness, and you lost things, and it was very hard on you. So the last triumph you're gonna have here on Earth is leaving Earth by your own free will. Just stepping out of your body. It's gonna be a staircase here to whatever dimension, however it works, who knows. It's impossible to channel such a high information. You're just gonna leave when you're ready, and yeah, you're just gonna leave when you're ready. And all of them knew that. I mean, Buddha knew when he was gonna die. He told Ananda, his most beloved servant, that yeah, I'm gonna die in like 2 weeks or 2 fortnights or whatever he said from now. So it's gonna be like that. You're gonna know when you're going, and I think you're gonna be in your between 80 and 90 years old. You're not gonna stay until your body becomes too unbearable to carry. It feels you're gonna go when you're, I don't know, 86 maybe, something like that. When you're still on top, but you just feel done. You're done. That's how it feels. So please, guys, take this how it resonates for you. Yeah. Wow, what a fun reading to do. I'm actually positively surprised by this beautiful reading. Wonderful reading. Yeah. Okay, brave souls pile number 1. This was your reading. If you like my readings, please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button. Yeah, and be sure to check out my second channel that I just started, the Nordic Light channelings where I'm sharing channelings and meditation and affirmation meditations. There is a link also in the commentary section and description section. Yeah, leave a comment if you feel like that. Okay, either way, I wish you all the best. Hope to see you next time. Goodbye, Pile 1. Hello, Pile 2, and welcome to reading What is Your Spiritual Path? And you felt drawn to the Earthworm, and it was very interesting. I just read a little bit about the symbolism. It says many things, of course, as always, but it can symbolize feeling insignificant or kind of invisible. But then at the same time, earthworms are ranked the most influential species in history. They help to increase the fertility of the soil. They're like kind of super important, and yeah, very, very important species here on Earth. And that makes me think that your spiritual path is all about you realizing how unique and special you are, realizing your own worth. I mean, you know, an earthworm, maybe who thinks of, we have a lot of earthworms here, you know, when it rains, they're all everywhere on the roads. And it kind of feels like an insignificant animal in some way, but no, that is just an illusion. It's actually one of the most important species of animals that we have here on Earth. So it feels like, yeah, it's all about you not feeling invisible, taking back your power, realizing who you are is your spiritual path. And what a wow, I love how this reading started out. Let's put that there, and let's put your tarot cards to the side for a while, and we're gonna dive into your oracle cards here. And you have flexibility. Flexibility. Yeah, you know what? Realizing your true stripes. Isn't that the way you say it with a tiger? Realizing your true colors. True colors. Realizing your true colors. And I was thinking that there is some nice colors here also in the Earthworm card. So it's all about you realizing who you are. That's your spiritual path. Not knowing who you are. Trying to fit in maybe. And then going through maybe your awakening or whatever you're doing. And then realizing who you are. Look at the tiger here. He's almost hiding. Making himself. He's so small next to everything else here. It's kind of... And you're a big tiger, but you're kind of making yourself small here. Oh no, I'm just a little insignificant earthworm. I don't have any powers. I don't know. I can't do anything. I'm not good or anything like that. So it's all about you reclaiming your power, remembering who you are at a soul level, at a spiritual level, finding out your true colors. And flexibility makes me think here, taking you... It's like it's like you put yourself in a box. You're like, yeah, this is who I am. And then you put yourself in a box, and you just wanted to be in some kind of a box to feel comfortable about who you are, maybe. So you found some place where you fit in kind of half, and then you stayed there, or it could be something like that. It doesn't have to be, but, and it's you being, flexibility makes me think of you letting go. So I think on your spiritual path, there's a lot of things that you have to let go. Illusions that you have about who you are, thought patterns that you have created during the way you grew up, in your relationship to other people. Yeah, who you think you are, what kind of thoughts you identify with who you are, what is makes up the sum of the person that you call yourself. That is kind of everything is kind of being questioned here. And I just hear this question, who are you? And maybe one day you're waking up and you're asking yourself, it's like, who am I? Am I, I mean, you're not your name, you're not your body, you're not, what happened to you when you were a child, you're not this, you're not that. It's like, who am I? So your spiritual path is going to push you towards that question. And the who am I question, if you follow that question your whole life as a seeker, you're going to reach enlightenment. That question takes you to enlightenment sooner or later in this lifetime or lifetimes further along the path here. But who am I is the big question for you here. And also we have the earth element here. For you, it is about there's something going on with you. I feel like there's something with you and your human lives here on earth that has been very difficult for you, I think. I think you have been facing a lot of labor, a lot of hard work, a lot of, really like being in human conditioned mind and having life there where you had to struggle, you know, you had to fear. I see you having 7 children in your previous lifetime and working really hard to try to feed them and yeah, stuff like that. So for you, it's like there is some kind of a block, really like deep blockages within you. You know, the earthworm goes deep into the, yeah, digs deep into the ground, the soil. So it feels like you have some hidden blockages inside of yourself that is holding you back in your life, that is boxing you in an old way of being. And one of your thing here on your spiritual path is being able to dig yourself all the way there to release that inside of yourself. And it demands you to be flexible. It demands you to do things in a different way. And I think for some of you, it's really going to be stepping out of your comfort zone again and again and again. And it's not, sometimes it's not going to be nice, but it's going to be good. It's going to be good. It's a part of your spiritual path. And at times things are just going to be falling down because it's releasing for you. But it's a positive energy here. I mean, the spiritual path is always positive. And I mean, there is no spiritual path that's going to be like going to Disneyland. I mean, forget about that. I mean, that doesn't exist. So, I mean, all spiritual paths are like this, a bit upside down. That is the spiritual path. We cannot awaken if we're not. Suffering awakens us, challenges, it makes us evolve and expand. So this is part of the path here. But I like this energy, pile number 2. I do. You're digging deep into the truth, finding out who you are, and grounding yourself in who you are, reclaiming your power in a new way. And you have really connection to Earth, actually. And this, what is it called? This, source, earthy power, deep connection to Mother Earth here. Anyways, oh wow, yeah, I just said that, and look at this. I love how we have the lotus here, and you know the roots here going down to Gaia here, or going down to the water. Breakthrough. Wow, look at this card. Yeah, you are. There is a strong spiritual awakening going on your spiritual path. Big breakthrough. Going through, you know, the lotus, I said it many times, I will say it again. The lotus grows, you know, deep down in the muddy soil underneath the water, and it kind of pushes itself through those mud. It doesn't see where it's going, it doesn't know where it's going, but it pushes itself through, and it hits the surface. And it blooms out to be this beautiful lotus flower. So there's a thing going on through all your chakras. Actually, that felt like a symbol of all your chakras. Pile number 2. For some of you, there is a Kundalini awakening on your spiritual path. A very strong Kundalini awakening. And you know, the earthworm make me think of a snake also. A more kind snake, I heard. So maybe it's a softer thing going on. But breakthrough. You're having major breakthroughs on your spiritual path. Maybe even sometimes you're being shaken to the core. That's how it feels like. Yeah, major breakthroughs. Wow. Yeah, wow, pile number 2. What an amazing energy. And first light. Ooh, beginning a new cycle. And you're having... Oh, I think at one point at your spiritual path, you're having a major breakthrough. Like, I mean, like a big ego death. Like a significant big ego death that is going to change your life. And I think it's going to shake you to the core when it's doing it, but then it's changing your life for the rest of your life. Some people, you know, they have a lot of breakthroughs and a lot of things, but for you, it feels like everything is kind of coming to that one point where you have a major breakthrough, and then it's kind of done. And I feel like I'm jealous. I want it to be like that for me as well. It's like Eckhart Tolle, you know. This doesn't happen to many people, but you know, Eckhart Tolle had... he grew up, he had, I think he never said it, but like the way he explains his dad, he seemed very like mentally like narcissistic or sociopathic or something that way. Had a very hard relationship with his mother. It was like he had so much suffering as a child, and he was very traumatized and had a lot of suffering. And one night when he woke up like always in the middle of the night, being in totally fear, and he just said to himself, like, I cannot stand myself anymore. And then he asked himself the question, yeah, but who am I who cannot stand myself? And in that moment, he kind of disintegrated himself from his ego, stopped identifying himself with ego. For the first time he saw himself, he was not his ego, he was not identified with the pain anymore, and he just he got enlightened there and then. Yeah, that's what happened to him. I mean, that's amazing. I wish that would happen to me. But no, that's not my path. And not for many. It's very few people. He did a lot of work before, and that was his path. He was meant to become the spiritual leader that he is now. So that was his path. But you have something like that, maybe not getting fully enlightened, but you have really a bigger breakthrough that is coming to you. And maybe you've done other breakthroughs, but we're kind of picking it up from where you are now at your spiritual path. So from now, when you're seeing this, there is a big breakthrough coming, a huge breakthrough coming to you that is really going to help you. You're going to get into a new cycle. And maybe you're struggling now, back and forward with this. Like I said, this deep blockage somewhere in the subconscious mind here. There is a deep blockage. It's kind of, it's like a brick. It doesn't feel shattered like, sometimes we have blockages here and there, and it's a bit of energy in our head, in our toe, and they're like everywhere. But this is like one big brick inside of yourself. I actually feel it in my crown and third eye chakra now when I'm talking about it. So that could really be, because look at this. The crown chakra is opening up, and maybe you work through a lot of chakras, but the energy is not coming out here because something is stuck in the third eye there. First light, opening your eyes and seeing that first light. So I think pile number 2, you're about to hit a big ass breakthrough. Something is opening up for you and changing, and it feels like this whole brick is going to transform at once, pushing you into a major upgrade. I mean, becoming a whole new you. It's like a big part of your ego is gone. This is very connected to the ego, actually. A big part of it is gone because it feels like you've been standing still, or something has been blocking you. Patience. Wow, pile 2, it is happening. Have patience. And here with the turquoise color, it's the heart chakra, the higher heart chakra. But that makes me think that you're awakening on a higher level. And the rabbits is all about fertility and growth. And the big tree here with the roots here, I'm telling you, you have a very strong connection with Gaia. Very, very strong connection with Gaia. There's a lot of earth energy here. Earth, we have water, we have the jungle. You have all the elements. It's kind of, you're becoming complete. Yeah, you're balancing all the elements. And the tiger makes me feel a bit like the fire energy here. Patience. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of patience on your spiritual path because, like I said, sometimes you're really going to stand still, maybe not knowing what you're supposed to do. I feel here. So this kind of differs from you that's listening, depending on where you feel that you are. If you are in the stuck stage, if you feel like you are stuck, but you have been digging yourself very deep, because I think for some of you, it's really requires a lot of deep digging to get to that subconscious blockage that is kind of making you stuck in the old way or not moving forward on your spiritual path. So the Earthworm, you have to dig really deep to get to that. And some of you have been digging really deep, and you are patience. Like keep having patience. You are reaching a big ass breakthrough. For the rest of you, you're getting there also. Listen to your guidance. There's a lot of guidance, and remember to be flexible. Don't make yourself small. Don't hide yourself in your comfort zone. We need to challenge ourselves. We need to be brave. To change something. We need to do things differently to change something in our life. And I mean, this is meant for you. Your spiritual path is your path. I mean, it looks like this. So it's gonna be when you step out of your comfort zone, you really start digging deep inside of yourself. You're gonna go through many layers of darkness when you don't even know where you're going. You don't even see what I'm talking about. You don't even see the blockage. It's just darkness. Some people, and it's like when I talk with because my whole family, we went through a whole trauma. Mom, narcissist, dad, alcoholic. My uncle was molesting me and my sister a bit. But anyways, okay, that was a bit too intimate. Anyways, let's leave that. So, and me, I'm very like, yeah, I'm like this. Like, I love diving deep into my shadows. I mean, I actually really enjoy it. I think it's fun. And not with that said, it's also difficult and hard. I mean, it's very, very hard and intense. But like, if I talk with my sister and my brother, they're like, no, I don't even want to talk about that. They don't even, why should I dig in that? Like, it's just going to make me feel bad. Digging in those old emotional wounds, it's just going to make me feel bad. So sometimes maybe we're holding ourselves back because we don't want to face those things, because we don't feel, I mean, who wants to go diving deep into the shadows, all the pain and suffering once again? But doing that is the way to freeing yourself from that, because if we don't do it, it's still there, making ourselves miserable. It's just like, yeah, it's just going to be there in the background all the time, making ourselves miserable, creating miserable situations in our life. So the way to freedom is to dive to like the earthworm, dig deep into that. And like I said in the beginning, it's just, maybe it's going to be intense emotions and darkness, but digging and digging and digging, working and working and working, having help, finding the right tools, listening to your intuition. What do I need to know? Be open. I mean, there's so many spiritual teachers and healings and techniques and guides and things. I mean, you have your, whatever resonates with your spirit, with your soul. I mean, you have a path for your soul. All the paths looks different, but you definitely have a path that is meant for your soul, that resonates with you. So you're gonna have help on the way here, and you're gonna come to that. And for some of you, you're in the beginning here, you haven't even dug, and for some of you, you've been doing all of these things, and you're hitting that breakthrough, like I said. So at the end, you're hitting that breakthrough, and then it's just gonna go like, it's going to be like an Eckhart Tolle moment, It's like you're sitting there maybe meditating, or you're doing something, and then just this big ass realization comes, and it's like you have dug yourself to the end of the darkness inside of you and hitting that last thing. And then it's just kind of, you open that door, and I just see you opening that door, and there's just like a million black bats flying out, and then it's empty. Then it's done. That's it. So maybe the digging part is more scary than actually the opening the door and letting that darkness out that you have inside of yourself, that unhealed fear or emotional wounds or sadness or whatever you have there. And maybe you don't even know what you have there because it's so deep into the subconscious mind. The only thing you feel is that you're stuck in your life and you're not satisfied, you're not happy, you have a hard time manifesting. You don't even know why. Because you're not in touch with that deeper aspect of yourself. But going deeper, that is when we're unlocking the inner truths about ourselves, freeing ourselves from that, and then changing your life. Wow. And I really, really feel my third eye and my head is really, there's a lot of pressure here. And the third eye and the crown chakra is all about not being in touch with the subconscious, not seeing the deeper truths inside of ourselves. And sometimes I do readings and things, and people say, yeah, but I don't feel any fear. And fear, that is actually not true. Because fear is everything that is not love. Fear is not like, oh, I'm scared. But fear is everything that is not love. There's actually only two. You can bring it everything down to love and fear. Whatever is not love, whatever is not unconditional, free love, high vibrating love is fear. At some extent or not, but that is kind of a overcourse maybe for some. But anyways, let's leave that. Okay, we're gonna dive into your tarot cards. I'm just gonna restart the video here because at half an hour otherwise it's gonna stop. Yeah, so that's that. Okay, let's dive into your tarot cards. And you have Queen of Cups. Wow, Queen of Cups. Water element here. A lot of water. Emotional. I just want to say, because I really feel this in my third eye and crown chakra here. I think, I don't know, stubbornness, there's something with ignorance or arrogance connected to the third eye and the crown chakra. And just so you don't feel alone, I also have a lot of, I have some arrogance also in my third eye that I know is a blockage there. Probably now when I'm doing this reading for you, I also feel my own blockage there. So arrogance, ignorance, normal ego thing, there's nothing to feel ashamed of. That is, we all have our things. So I really feel like something is not emotionally flexible, something is not flowing here. And on your spiritual path, you're releasing yourself from that. I mean, you're becoming the Queen of Cups here. You're really freeing yourself from not feeling good to feeling great. That is on your spiritual path. You're going to feel so great. You're going to feel so good. I mean, in this new cycle, stepping into your Queen of Cups. And you're going to be very in touch with yourself on the spiritual path. It's kind of, you know, going from not being in touch with yourself, not maybe you maybe not feeling that you're in touch with your spiritual gifts, to be very in touch with yourself. And for some of you, you are in touch with yourself, but what happens after the big breakthrough, it's like you're really stepping into your spiritual power with the Queen of Cups here. And we have strength. Wow. Yeah, I love that. Oh yeah, we have the tiger, we have the lion. Yeah, a lot of strength. Strength. And your spiritual path is demanding a lot of strength from you as well, because I think diving into this layer of darkness inside of yourself, it's going to be a lot of strength. It's going to demand a lot of strength for you to do that. Yeah, it's going to demand a lot of strength. And I like that we have the lion here and the lamb here, you know, because the lion would eat the lamb, but it's kind of, you are taming yourself, taming your own wild power somehow, taming your own wild mind. And your self-realization is your path. Self-realization, realizing your strength, realizing your powers, realizing your gifts and abilities, letting go of a stuck energy, letting go of some ignorance or some not being in touch with the deeper truths that is stuck kind of in your third eye and your crown chakra, like I said. Two of Swords, yeah, being stuck, not seeing what you're supposed to do here. Look here underneath the earthworm. So the earthworm, you're meant to dig here. You're being guided to dig deep within yourself. And I think there is a resistance from some of you to do that. You're like, no, I don't really want to. I don't really want to face that. And you have Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, wow, what a beautiful Eight of Pentacles card here. But Eight of Pentacles is all about working hard, actually, determined, continuously. I don't know if Eight of Pentacles is the Capricorn energy, but it makes me feel like the Capricorn energy. And finally we have Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, with patience. Seven of Pentacles is all about having patience. It's a very steady. But you don't know. Let me see here. No, you know what it is for you. For you, it's really pushing yourself. I think for you, you have to find that inner strength on your spiritual path. Push yourself through that soil, through the darkness. Find yourself within yourself, taking back your power. For you, it's not going to happen like Eckhart Tolle. You're going to have to work for it. That is your spiritual path, working for it. And I mean, all of us have to work for it, actually. So it's not bad news. I mean, we all work for it. So, and I don't know why. Maybe you have some resistance of doing the work here. I don't know why. I feel like some of you are like, I was like, I don't want to work for it. I just want it to happen for me. But yeah, that is not the path here. And it's because you are meant to find your strength. Not giving away your strength. Not being, if we're not giving away your strength. Becoming powerful. If you're supposed to become powerful, like it feels here, like you are on your spiritual path, you have to take charge of your own life. So your spiritual path is teaching you to take charge of your own life. It's teaching you masculine energy, to use that divine masculine energy in a good way, to take charge of your life, to push yourself through your healing, to awaken inner strength and courage inside of yourself, to realize that you're not insignificant and invincible in some way, to realize that you have a lot of power. But I think you have to, I know there's a lot of resistance here, as I feel here. So I would really recommend you to meditation. I think pile number 2 is really helping you. Meditation is really helping you, because this is all, it feels like your biggest blockage is in the crown chakra and in the third eye chakra, not realizing your own strength, not realizing your spiritual, it's kind of you're somewhere disconnected with your own a higher spiritual side of you, it feels. Pile 2. Yeah. It's like a pressure on my crown chakra. So meditation is helping you, I think. And for you, Pile 2, you know what? I would actually say ayahuasca and some kind of heavy things like that is also going to help you with a breakthrough. Because there's like kind of a, mushrooms, ayahuasca, San Pedro, Kambo even, the frog poison Kambo. Like things that are a bit like more intense, or maybe a 10-day Vipassana retreat is more intense. When we have bigger blockages like this, I always recommend you to do something more intense, because this pushes you. Doing like kind of like half things, you need to get a big push, I feel. Like like with all the love, like with all the love, get a big push, but never do anything like this. I just have to really say this. If you do something like this, it's very important to do it in a very safe environment, with people that you feel that you trust. Like if you do plant medicines, it should be with a shaman, of course. That is without a doubt. So, but it has to be with somebody that you feel drawn to, you feel safe to, you feel their energy. Even better if somebody recommends you to somebody. So be very careful with yourself when you work with these things, because it really goes deep into the dark sides of ourselves. So you need somebody there that you can really feel safe and trust, because otherwise it can go way wrong. It's pretty it's not nice. It's pretty scary thing to be experienced sometimes. So you have to feel safe doing it. So always be very cautious and careful with who you let into your energy, especially when you're doing things like this. So I really wanted to put that out there. But something like that would push you. And like I said, for some of you, you've done all this. You have faced all this, the ignorance and all these things, and pushing yourself and trying, and you keep pushing Pile 2. You're getting close to that big breakthrough. Have patience. You have 13, number 13 here, yeah. And patience here, and the Seven of Pentacles also stands for patience. So patience in the beginning of your reading and patience in the end of your reading. So just keep on doing your thing and keep working hard here with Eight of Pentacles, with patience. There is a breakthrough in the new beginning here, like I said, a big, big, big breakthrough. So everything is gonna be wonderful for you. Okay, I think that was your reading, Pile number 2. Very nice reading to do. If you like my readings, please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and if you haven't checked out my second channel, I have just started it. It's called the Nordic Light Channelings. I'm sharing channelings and meditation and affirmation meditations, so be sure to check that out if you feel like it. Leave a comment in the comment section if you feel like doing that. Super curious as always. Also helps the channel grow, so I can put more time in doing this reading. Either way, Pile number 2, I wish you all the best, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye, Pile 2. Hello, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. What is your spiritual path? And oh dear, you felt drawn to the deer, and I feel like I have to talk a bit softer now. Deer, yeah. Highly, highly sensitive creature that you are, Pile number 3. For you, it's all about the heart chakra, compassion, the gentleness, highly intuitive, highly psychic. Whew, I feel like such a different energy from the other 2 piles, actually. I feel my heart really open now, and I feel very I don't know why, I feel like you're very, very, very sensitive, and I want to be very, very careful. There's an inner child healing on your spiritual path. Your inner child is very important for your spiritual path, and kind of healing the wounds from your childhood, and learning to become friends with your sensitivity and turning your sensitivity to a strength. All your power lays in your heart chakra, it feels like. You have a huge, enormous heart chakra and a very, very high vibration. Naturally, since you were a child, you had a very high vibration. You have a very big light, actually. And it makes me even think, with the deer here, it makes me think that you always looked younger maybe than you do. Yeah, you have a kind of a youthful look. Maybe people are mistaken for the age that you have, thinking that you're older than you are. And I don't know, it feels like I have to be very careful, like not to scare your inner child away, maybe, or something like that. A very soft, you have a very soft, gentle soul, full of compassion. But I also feel like hurt inside of your heart. There has been hurt. So it's like your inner child is kind of shy, doesn't really want to come out, kind of looks at me a bit and looks at me and wants to is using his or her empathic abilities to feel me off if I'm safe. Something like that, I feel. So it feels like you're very in touch with your environment, always scanning your environment to see if it's just scanning the energies just to make sure that you want to be in control of what's happening in the room. So I definitely think there has been some childhood traumas that you've been through, or just difficulties with your sensitivity. I mean, you don't even have to have traumas, just being sensitive as you are is difficult. So kind of your sensitivity is your spiritual path. It's connected with your soul. I mean, it's your soul shining through. You have come very long on your spiritual journey, actually, through lifetimes here on earth. You're kind of in the end thing, I feel here. So you're very in touch with yourself, because when we are born very sensitive, as highly empaths, highly intuitive empaths, it means you're very close to the source. The more sensitive you are, the closer you are kind of to source energy. So it feels like you're already born with kind of a big part of your soul is already integrated in you. So I think naturally you don't have a big ego and a big maybe pain body, because you were going through a lot of things, but you've always been very awake. From the beginning you were very awake. Your spiritual path started when you were born. You were already on it. Yeah, you were already on it. Oh, I like your energy. I really want to nurture you. I feel like you need nurturing. Yeah, maybe you didn't have a mother that took care of you, or father or something. There's a sadness here, I feel. A bit of a sadness, being left out or being lonely or something like that. So healing that is definitely on your spiritual path. Let's put your tarot cards here to the side. Ooh, I have to take a breath and just relax myself a bit in this energy, because it was so soothing and calm here now from the rest of the two piles. Yeah, it's all about healing. You have, pile number, 3. You have a lot of healing gifts. You have gifts, I think. You have gifts. You always had gifts. Maybe you knew it already from a child, but you are a gifted child. You're like kind of an avatar, having it all. I don't know, like kind of some master gifted child. Yeah, gifted child. And the green here really makes me think you have a lot of healing in your energy. A lot of healing. Oh, such a delicate creature in the world. It feels like you are very noble. You're very humble. You're very honest, genuine. Honesty is very important for you. I think you're easy. I think you've been easy to get hurt. I think. Oh, okay. I'm getting so much energy here, or information. Yeah, I think it really breaks your heart to see. Your heart is a bit unbalanced, actually. It's a bit too open. And that sounds strange, but it is a bit too fragile, a bit too open. And the heart we never think that the chakra can be too open. Usually it's like too closed, but your heart is too open. And this sometimes you give too much of yourself. Because there is something that is not protected here with your unbalance. It's kind of, you have a big heart, but you're not grounded in your energy. So you're grounding yourself. You have the earth element here. So on your spiritual path, it's kind of balancing your big, enormous heart chakra, your sensitivity and all the empathic abilities and all the gifts that you have, that I think can be very overwhelming for you at times, with strength, being able to stand in yourself with strength and power. Not being so scared, because the deer is easy frightened. So maybe you're a bit frightened. I feel like, it's like I said, like you had to talk very soft to your inner child, not to scare her or him away. So balancing that. But I think you really get hurt when you see animals suffering. Wow, I think your heart is breaking. children suffering, or if you see injustice in the world, it really breaks your heart. And I think you can really cry tears for the suffering in the world. And I think this made you maybe sometimes you take on too much suffering, because there's an imbalance in you that takes on just too much suffering. You have a very angelic soul, I think, here. So pile number 3, if you ever was thinking or got the information that you were some kind of angelic soul here on earth, this is definitely a confirmation. You have a very, 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 very high vibration. You are not really matching in this dense energy of the world. The world is very harsh for you, very hard for you. And especially the aspect of your inner child. So now we're kind of channeling your inner child. So this is where the reading went to, deeply into your inner child. And maybe you have built walls and things around the inner child, but this is definitely the deeper aspect of you that is not healed. And the spiritual path is for you to heal this, balance this, ground yourself, find your power. And that is it. Yeah, we're going to look at the rest of your cards here. Transformation. Wow, you keep on having these beautiful cards here with the butterfly here. Yellow and blue. Yellow, is the solar plexus. I saw power. Like there's a lack of power. And even if you look here, the yellow here, kind of symbolizing the solar plexus, is very bleak. And when I do healings on people and on myself, when I see this bleak yellow color, it's really like, the heart chakra is not balanced. It's missing power. So it's about balancing your power. It's about power for you. Power, finding your power, not being a easy frightened deer, but being powerful in who you are. And I really think for you, some of your sensitivity has really been hard, and even your gifts and talents. Some of you are very musical. You have an ear for things here, with the big ears here. An ear for music, an ear for things. It's like you can feel deep within the music. You can get really touched by music. You get really touched by beautiful poems or channelings, and you feel things. You're like me, you're crying, when I do readings. You're not easy crying. You're always the one crying, maybe. So you're very sensitive, pile number. And this is a beautiful part of you. Is a very beautiful part of you, but it lacks a bit balance. Like I said, the heart chakra is sometimes too open, unbalanced, too open, like unbalanced, like losing yourself in emotions. Yeah, can lose yourself in your emotions at times. Losing yourself in that sensitivity. Maybe even there is a need to heal your inner child and childhood. That is a part of your spiritual path. And you transforming into the beautiful butterfly that you are. Such a clear reading here. And you have patience. Wow. Yeah. Patience. You're sitting here on your chair. I think it's even a rocking chair here. In the dark, in this light. You're looking at the light there. Opening up. Yeah, light is coming into your life. Maybe you need to. The spiritual path is teaching your patience, because, like I said, sometimes there's so much emotions going on in you, Phils. So it's like you really have to practice patience. I think for you, it's all about grounding here. Being patient is kind of being here and now, grounded in your body. It's like I said, a deer. Oh, it's a bit nervous, a bit neurotic even. Can you be maybe a bit neurotic even because of your sensitivity and because of feeling so much emotions all the time and picking up everything from the outside? It's not easy. So grounding yourself, teaching yourself patience, but patience here now feels like it symbolizes being here and now. Being in the now, like relaxing in your body, not being scared. That is definitely a part of your journey here. Body balance. Yeah, it's all about balance for you. And body balance. Yeah, physical. And now, look, we have blue again. It's interesting, actually. The blue is on the same side like the butterfly here. But then we have the red here on the other side instead of the yellow there. So root chakra. Root chakra, it's balancing your gifts. Balancing your spiritual side with your human side is your spiritual path, and getting along with your body and accepting that you're a human here on earth. Your energy is very light, so kind of you're flying away from times to times, becoming uncentered, you're like, yeah, you're flying away because of your high vibration and your sensitivity. You're like flying away, yeah. So there's definitely a need for you to ground yourself. And it's all about mastering yourself, mastering your gifts and abilities. Yin and yang, feminine and masculine. So there's a lot of feminine energy, I feel, here within you. Unbalanced feminine energy, and also very weak masculine energy, or both the energies are unbalanced, actually. Both the feminine energy and the masculine energy is unbalanced here. So yeah, balancing those, balancing the spiritual side of you and the human side of you. And we have discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth. Yeah, seeking. Look at this. You packed your bag. You are seeking. You have it naturally. I don't think you have spirituality was never something strange for you. I think you always had it naturally. I think as a child, you, like I said, you were always spiritual awake. You have very easy gift. You're very gifted. You know, you're not one of these person. It comes so easy for you. You know, it comes so easy for you, and maybe with the hearing, especially clear hearing, and maybe you're a telepathic empath because of the ears here. Really hearing, picking up on other people's thoughts. But I think you are multi. I think you have all the clairs: the clair scent, clair hearing, clair feeling, clair knowing. Claire seeing, did I say that? Yeah. Oh yeah, all those things. I really think you have, and it's always, I think it came very easy for you to do that. And if not, there is just like you're not in touch with this aspect of yourself. But it's very soft, very soft, very soft inside of yourself. And I don't know why you're so sensitive, or it feels like you're vulnerable inside of yourself in a way where you have not realized how strong you are, you know, because something maybe hurt you, but it feels like one of the realizations here is to gain back your solar plexus power, to realize that you are both sensitive and strong, that you both are vulnerable but powerful. So it's kind of, this is your spiritual path here, to put this all together to become full. So, and discovering truth, yeah, you're discovering this truth, but it's a spiritual journey. You are on the spiritual path. I think you are, I have no worries for you. You're doing your thing. Just keep doing your thing. You have so much on your spiritual path. I mean, so much happening. You can go on either direction and find yourself home. That's how it feels. Because I don't know how to explain it, but it's just, you have so many connections to the spiritual world and dimensions and truth. So it doesn't matter whatever you putting your energy to, it's gonna give you something, because you are connected to everything in some way. You're very highly connected. You know, you're connected to everything. And then I looked at this card and we see the dots here. And let me see here. You see the dots that goes here? It's like you're connected to everything in some way. You're connected to everything. But this, I just keep feeling this fear and this inner child not being healed. And it's like, ooh, making yourself submissive or codependent, maybe even. Yeah, maybe you're struggling with codependence. Maybe that is something that you need to, that is on your spiritual path to heal. Making yourself smaller and more fragile that you are, not realizing that big strength that you have. I mean, ooh, that big angelic, enormous light soul that you have, and with that power that you have. So realizing your power is on your spiritual path here. And really getting into your body. We have a number 17 here, so maybe that is important for some of you. Something happened maybe when you were 17, or I don't know. You were born the 17th. Yeah, but it says 17 here. But really getting into that physical body of yours. Because I feel like I want to hold you and put you in your body. It's like, stay in your body now. Don't fly away. And I don't know if you're a bit lost with other people, but it's like, I don't know, it could be people-pleasing tendencies here. Either it's people-pleasing tendencies or you're hiding yourself from people because you're scared of intimacy. Or you have maybe a hard time with intimacy because of your sensitivity. But you're a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful soul. And balancing this is going to give you, wow, I mean, you have the potential here to become such a powerful person. Connecting, connecting this. You know what, some people, their whole spiritual path is about discovering their spiritual self, but for you it's kind of discovering your human self. Does that make sense? You have lost so much in previous lifetimes. The Manipura chakra, the Muladhara chakra, and the Manipura chakra is the solar plexus chakra, and the root chakra, it's like the chakras where it said we have the heaviest karmas in. It's connected to our human lives, and I mean that's where you have your thing. You don't have a problem with the third eye or the crown chakra or the throat chakra, maybe the throat chakra, but the heart chakra. You don't have a problem when it's connected to the spiritual side. You don't need the spiritual awakening. You're already awake. You came awake. I mean, you came awake. You've always been in touch with the other side or in higher dimensions, always. So you don't need to work on that. For you, it's about healing your human pain and the hurt that it made you. I'm gonna cry a bit here, I feel. But the pain, the pain it was for your heart. It feels like your heart broke of the suffering that you've been facing here on earth, that broke your heart in some way. So there's some deep sadness in your heart, and it's like for you it's kind of coming to that stage, like Jesus on the cross. When he's hanged there on the cross, he's not crying for himself, he's crying for the people, like, forgive them because they don't know what they're doing. So kind of finding compassion, understanding the suffering and the pain is on your spiritual path, discovering the truth, freeing yourself. But that is kind of far on the path, I feel. That is gonna come, that stage. But for you, I think it's mostly about healing your human lives. Root chakra, not feeling safe, being through traumas, being scared, being through some challenges and obstacles, being hurt, not being loved, not feeling safe in the world, and solar plexus, not maybe nobody was hearing you, you were not being seen, you were not being listened to, people were stepping all over you. Sacral chakra, maybe you couldn't express your emotions, nobody understood your sensitivity. You have a hard time with intimacy because people that was close to you was always hurting you. These 3 chakras is your thing. I mean, the spiritual thing, don't worry about it. I mean, you're so connected. You have it all. Your soul is high vibrating. I mean, angelic soul or something from some very high planet. Some of you are angelic souls, and for some of you, you're coming somewhere else. I definitely feel here, okay, I'm getting some places here. So I feel Mintaka, the civilization in Orion, that it doesn't exist anymore. So there can also be sadness, because your home was destructed. I also feel a lot of Syrian energy here. I don't remember Syrian area, Syrian B, the water planet, being some kind of a watery being, that energy also. And then I feel a third place, starseed galactic place that you could come from, and they're showing me it's kind of far away and we don't have a name for this place. I've done a channeling. I actually know this person comes up in my mind. I did a channeling from this person, so if she hears this reading, I also said that you had a connection to Mintaka, so this is her. She came from there also. So there's another place, and I think actually what they're telling me now, this is kind of, okay, this makes sense. So I'm just going to say it. So Mintaka was actually not the first birthplace for the Mintakan souls. They came from somewhere else, actually, from the beginning, and creating a second home in Orion. So your home is still there, they're saying. So you came from a further away place. But this place, this is your energy, this super high light being, souls, high sensitive, vibrating, very, very pure and very, very high. So when you come here to earth, I mean, here it's like a horror movie for you guys, poor souls. So of course your heart's gonna break because of all the pain and suffering. It's like, why is it like this here? It's like, because you're vibrating or like a 6-7 dimensional vibration, like where you come from. But this is you came here to learn this. I mean, you came here to evolve as a soul here. So there's definitely for you, like I said, the spiritual side, it needs to be balanced. It's a bit too open, losing yourself in your emotions and things. It needs to be grounded and balanced. So and more focus on the root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, your human pain, human suffering, human fear, blockages, things that happen to you as a human. So you can reclaim that human power, and reclaiming your human power is going to balance out that spiritual side of yours. So this is your spiritual journey, your path here. Wow, I like this reading. It came out to be so wonderful, so clear. We're going to dive into your tarot cards as well. Yeah. And you have 8 of Wands. Wow, fire here. Forward movement. What is your spiritual path? Yeah, it's definitely a path that moves forward. So I think has been... I think pile number 3. I don't think your life has ever been boring, and it doesn't mean that it has been exciting and fun. It have been intense. I feel always something happening, always something going on. And it was, who was it that said that? I think it was Winston Churchill who said that, quoting also Eckhart Tolle used to quote him. It's like one damn thing after another. So I think, yeah, your life has been one damn thing after another, actually. And everything has been about this, about you understanding yourself. And I think at times, pile 3, I think you've really been lost in the world, really not knowing where you're going or who you are or what you're doing. So yeah, an intense journey has really, like, it's been going on full on for you from the beginning. And look at you, the Hermit here. Wow. Yeah, so you definitely have a very strong, like I said, you have a very strong connection with yourself since you were a child. I think you like being alone. You always had it easy to connect with yourself. You don't have a hard time connecting with your heart, listening to yourself, listening to your intuition. I think everything has always been there. But look at her. The serenity this person have here. So for you, it's like your spiritual path is kind of showing you the way of being fully healed, fully in balance. So you really are in your essence, in your highest potential. Yeah, you're led to come into your highest potential. And I think when you have really healed all this, balance, like I said, your spiritual side, balanced and healed your human side, whoo, what a powerful person you're gonna be. I mean, wow, what a powerful person you're gonna be. And I think, oh, I'm getting touched here again. Oh, okay. I think it's like you're becoming such a beautiful person. And I think it's like, some people, when they step into a room, nobody can say something ill about them. They're just so pure. They're so innocent. They're so humble. There's nothing to this person that somebody reacts to. There's just a serene person smiling, sitting there in kind of harmony. You're becoming a very loved person, but kind of, you have the potential to really becoming some kind of a saintly-like person. That's how it feels, actually. Yeah, it's saintlyhoodly-like person. Yeah, it feels like, look, because how you're sitting here, and the turquoise is my favorite color. Also signifying really high, being highly awakened to that heart chakra of yours. So much peace inside of yourself, and it's like entering the room. It's just giving peace, and the deer, really nurturing people, really healing people. Wow. Oh, I love this. I love this. You stand in the light of truth, you being the truth here. And we have 7 of Swords. Ooh, tricky. 7 of Swords. We have a little wolf here. Tricky energies. Okay, let's look at the rest here. King of Pentacles. Wow. King of Pentacles. Yeah, becoming grounded. King of Pentacles. And the Emperor. Wow. So yeah, for you, it's all about your power. It is about getting deep into your human self, regaining power of your human you. You are meant to be a very powerful human. Your spiritual path is leading you to become that. To create, to take, I don't know why, it's kind of are you holding yourself back in life? You're not taking charge over life. You're not getting your good piece of life. I think for you, pile number 3, there could be really sadness and maybe even some bitterness or depression, not because your life didn't give you the good things. It feels here. It really feels like it's been very imbalanced and On your spiritual path, one of the things that you are meant to experience is success on a human level, creating a good life for yourself with the King of Pentacles, creating a stable home. The physical things are very, very important for you. You know, sometimes spiritual things is like, yeah, I don't, you know, one of the spiritual path is like to renounce yourself from things, living simple like that. But for you, it's very, very important actually for your root chakra, but also because of previous lifetimes, for you to feel safe. You need, I really mean this, you need to have stability. You need to experience that in your life. A stable home, stability when it comes to your finances, feeling safe, not being scared that, you know, your house is going to burn down or something's going to happen or somebody's going to leave you or how you're going to manage to take care of yourself. And you're also meant to find confidence and strength and become somebody, because somehow it feels like you never felt like somebody, and that could be like a contradiction, you know, to the spiritual path, because the spiritual path is all about becoming nobody, kind of letting go of the ego and these things, but becoming somebody. And I can't really explain this energy, but it's kind of becoming somebody is becoming complete as a spiritual and human being, integrating both those parts, grounding yourself here on earth. That is kind of regaining your power, because it's been very unbalanced in your past lives also. Either you had a lot of spiritual past lifetimes, you know, you've been a monk so many lifetimes, you know. I see you in temples as a monk. I see you as a nun. I mean, you've been very devoted to your spiritual path. That's also why it's so imbalanced here. You didn't like human life so much because they were just giving you pain. So you always wanted to have spiritual life. So you had a lot of spiritual lives. You know, look at you, discovering truth. You're always the seeker in your previous lifetimes, always going, you know, seeking. So you don't have a problem with the renunciation. You don't have a problem with the spiritual thing. The thing is here, not stop focusing so much on that. You need to work on the human things to ground yourself, to feel stable, to regain your power. And this is gonna make you complete, reach your full potential, really reach your full potential. Taking back your masculine power. There's something with the masculine patriarchal energy here, the divine masculine energy, that is kind of also connected to your physical body. I don't know what's going on with your physical body, but maybe you have some things with your physical body going on that is kind of connected to this energy here. I mean, Seven of Swords. You've been avoiding human responsibilities in human life. I mean, yeah, you have. You don't like it that much. You could even not like responsibilities. You can have a hard time for living the ordinary life. But for you, it's not about the ordinary life. It's finding your own way by healing the emotional, the human side of you, and then finding a new way. I don't know. It's gonna work out. I don't know. I don't even know what's gonna happen here, but it's working out in a way. There is a plan for this. There is a plan for this. It is. And it's gonna make you feel, I just see you. It's like I see you like, I don't know if you buy a house, but you're getting a house. So there's something with the house, having your own home that nobody can take from you, having stable relationships with people that you trust, deeply trust, that you experience like love with, unconditional love and friendship with. That is very important. Also something with your career or who you are represented in the world here with Emperor. And maybe you're avoiding that. Maybe you don't want to take responsibility of being an emperor, leading people. Maybe could be a subconscious resistance to stepping into your power. I don't know why, but there could be. Because you don't want the responsibility, maybe, or something like that. But it feels like it's gonna solve along the path here. And Yeah, yeah, but you know why? Yeah, you know why? Oh my God, I recognize myself so much in this. It's insane. Because you want to be in that spiritual. You like I said, you've been a monk so many times. You renounced everything. You were living in a little temple or something. You were begging for food in your little bowl. You were happy, you know? You were happy. You have no problem with meditating, being in that spiritual place. But the human life is like, I have to work and I need to deal with this and, you know, other people and blah, blah, blah. So this is definitely here for you to balance that. And you have a big thing to do here. Like I said, there's, I don't know, saintlyhood. But with that comes the responsibility of taking care of the human things in some way. And I don't know, I think you're meant to help people or build something for other people. And I think that is kind of a big mission. So something inside of you is just like really resisting it. Resisting it. I don't know why you're resisting it. Let's take a couple of cards. Maybe something happened in previous lifetimes that makes you resist it. Let's see. Let me see here which deck we should take. Yeah, let's do this deck. I felt like this one was matching here. The Crow Tarot. Let's take 3 cards. So why are you resisting? See? You're resisting. All the cards just fell. You're like, no, I don't want to. And you're very powerful, pile number. I think that was the card. I think you're very powerful also. Like if you don't want something, you're manifesting it not to happen. You are making it not happen. So your will is very strong. You're very, like I said, you're very connected. Let me go to get the card that fell on the floor. Yeah, you're like, if you don't want to do something, you're, it's kind of like if your friend wants to take you on a trip and you don't feel like it and you say yes anyway, somehow their car breaks down or something happens or they kind of call you and say, yeah, I got sick all of a sudden so we can't go. So you're kind of manifesting, maybe that's a bit boring example, it's actually making people sick, but it could be in positive ways also. But it kind of, you make it not happen because you're very strong, you're very, very spiritual connected. You have a very strong ability to manifest actually, pile number 3 here. Let's see, let's do that one as well. So, okay, so why are you resisting your power? Why are you resisting your mission? Why don't you want to step into your saintlyhood and to help people? And kind of you're holding yourself back. You're holding yourself back. It's very interesting. The devil, wow. I mean, wow. And the chain here, look, yeah, you have an aversion to irresponsibilities because either you misused your power before or people misuse your power. People used you before in previous lifetimes. So you don't want to get into that game. You don't want to get into that game again. You just want to be left alone. I want to puke. I want to throw up actually now. I want to throw up. That's how it feels. Whew. Yeah, you don't want to get into the whole game. You want to be left alone. You want to do your own thing. You kind of, you could even be avoiding people at all costs, you know. Pile number 3. You have 10 of Wands. Wow, yeah, burden. It's been a burden in previous lifetimes to help people carry a lot. You've been carrying a lot of heavy energies. And Page of Cups here is your last card. But the Page of Cups shows it's all good. It's kind of all in your mind. Whatever happened here in your previous lifetimes or whatever fear, whatever happened, yeah, there happened something here. And I think it's kind of two things happened. So one part of it, I think you used your power for not doing good in your past lifetime. So you're scared of regaining your power because there's a subconscious fear of you losing yourself again in that. But you won't lose yourself. You learn the lessons from that. Otherwise, you wouldn't be so scared. You know, if you're not scared of power, you want power. You're not scared of gaining your power. So that is kind of just like a fear left in your mind lingering around. So that's not going to happen. And the second thing is like, the burden kind of being, I don't know if people used you or some way, but just the burden of having to carry, but you know, the 7 of Swords is all about manipulation. being manipulated, having to carry the responsibility of other people's lives in some way. You don't want that. You have such an aversion for that. And also because of you, like I said, you had so many lives as a monk, as a recluse. As a monk, as a recluse, as a nun. I mean, so you don't want things. You could even have an aversion towards money, not wanting money, but somehow inside of you know the money comes from the devil or something like that. So yeah, wow, you have a very interesting spiritual path. A lot of fun things to dive into here. But yeah, I mean, with the 10 of Wands, yeah, it was heavy for you to carry this. So there's a fear here that's going to be too much for you again. And, you know, with the Emperor having so much responsibility, maybe having people looking up to you, coming to you for help. You know, the Emperor is taking care of his whole kingdom, something, or his whole, kingdom. There's the Emperor has a kingdom. Yeah, I think it's called the kingdom. Anyways, and whatever happens, it's going to be on the Emperor's head, you know. Everybody's going to say it's the Emperor's fault. So maybe something like that happened. Maybe you were taking care of things and then you somehow did not succeed and the people turned against you. So you're scared of people turning against you again. You're doing something wrong and then turning against you. So all this is healing. You're meant to step into your power. You are meant, look, I took another card and it says King of Cups here. Yeah, so you are meant to step into your power. And I took another card and it's 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, so yeah, you are meant to step into your power. King of Cups, you are not becoming, you're not the unbalanced emperor here. You're not becoming that. And the past is the past. Look at you with the King of Cups here sitting on the throne, ruling your kingdom, you know, with wisdom, with your intuition here, with all the love. And I mean, the 3 of Pentacles symbolizing really being in your mastery. So reaching your highest potential as the spiritual human soul that you are. And then the part that you have such an aversion to that I feel here is really that mission that you're meant to do, helping people. Helping people, doing something big, I think, really, really big. And I think it's kind of huge, actually. And that's why it's like, ooh, I don't want to. Because of, like I said, this past life karma that you have and whatever happened in the past that's making you, no, I just want to be a monk. I just want to be left alone. Something like that. Okay, what a super duper exciting reading. This was so fun. I cannot wait to share this with you today. I also want to say I have a second channel. If you haven't checked that out, please do so if you feel drawn to do so. It's called Nordic Light Channelings, and I'm sharing channeled meditations. I have my first one up. It's from Archangel Michael. It was super nice. Yeah, super nice to do. High vibrational. I'm also going to share affirmation meditations and guided meditations and other things that just comes through naturally. So if you want to check that out, I have shared the link in the description box and in the commentary section. So yeah, hit the like button, subscribe on my channel, leave a comment. Super curious about the comments now. So if you want to share a comment, it's also for the growth of the channel, so I can put more effort in doing these readings, and also for me and for other people. It's nice with the comments to see how things resonate. So anyways, I wish you all the best and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye, Pile Tree.